Hey guys, how's it going? So excited to come to you this morning. I am, as I've been posting and mentioning, I am co hosting with a very special guest this morning. His name is Ayush Gupta, and he is not only an incredible young man, but he has been practicing Reiki healing since the age of 12. He is just this overall abundant energy of inspiration and joy. He is actually a world record holder, which is also incredible. He is recognized as the youngest Reiki healer in India. I'm gonna join in with him today, and we're gonna talk a little bit about tarot, about Reiki, and just about the universal energy. So let's get him in here. Let's see, is it coming up? Anyways, guys, I hope you're doing good. Again, really excited for this. Stay tuned as well, because towards the end we will be doing some card spreads. And there he is. How you doing? You hear us okay, Ayush? Good, good. How are you doing? All set here.
Yeah.
Sorry?
It's really nice that we are making people aware about Reiki energies and healing therapies. That's really an amazing task we're doing. Thanks for saying yes for this live session.
Yes, yeah, thank you for reaching out. I'm so glad that we were able to connect. I'm in Canada and Yusha's actually in India, so we're on total opposite ends of the planet right now,
Actually,
which
right.
is which is good. It's exciting. It's that's part of technology nowadays, that we can
Yeah,
actually do this, right? So
yeah.
yeah. Why don't so I kind of just gave a brief introduction for you right before you got on the call here. Why don't you
Okay.
tell us a little bit about your incredible journey that you've had?
So basically, as you know, as I learned Reiki at the age of 12, so it's all because of my father. He only motivated me to come into this healing therapy. He introduced me about Reiki healing therapy. He told me that there are a lot of benefits in healing therapies, energies, tarot readings, and everything. So I learned my first and second level of Reiki. Then after that, I really appreciated that energies. I really felt those vibrations in myself. Then I solved my very first case of my mom. That is, she was suffering from her throat cancer, and I did
Mm,
healing for 3 months. And pretty much sure that we went to Mumbai in India for checkup of her throat cancer. And doctors, then after 3 months, the doctor was actually very much shocked that the cancer was cured. And even
mm,
I was shocked because it was my very first case, and I solved cancer. And instead of those 2 points, I healed my mom. So from that point, I felt that I can really do a lot of humanity and a lot of good works through these energies. Then I went South Africa for learning the rest of the levels. I did my grandmastership from Mr. Devank Shukla. So it was actually an amazing journey. Then I
mm-hmm.
really came fully into this field across along with my studies. And then yeah, I in 2019 it was on August I got a world record of being youngest Reiki healer in India.
Oh, so this was fairly recent.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
2019
Okay. Oh,
August. Yeah,
congratulations. And I
thank
mean,
you.
like, I guess the journey's just kind of starting from you, because you're still very young. You've accomplished a lot in a very early age, and in a very short span of time.
Thanks a lot. Even I really want to know about your journey, how you came into this beautiful world of energies, how you came into tarot reading, and even you do distance healing, right? So I really want to know
Yes.
about that journey.
Yeah. So it all. I mean, I've always definitely been very connected spiritually. It's one of those things, they say, that you always kind of know for some reason you're different from everybody else, and you can't really
Actually,
pinpoint what it is. And I definitely felt that growing up, but it wasn't until I experienced a pretty my whole life kind of got uprooted, essentially. And as we had a previous discussion talking about humbling experiences, and how it's only when we're at our lowest that we're able to really build back up. And I think that was exactly what it was for me. It was everything that I had built my life around just very quickly was taken away from me. And you work through the emotions of all those things, but it was only once those happened that all of a sudden I started feeling this tug at me a little bit. And next thing I knew, I was watching YouTube videos on tarot, and then it was my birthday. And I know you're not always supposed to buy your own deck, especially the first one, but I was like, you know what? I was drawn to it. I got it, and I just kind of clicked with them instantly. And it was this feeling of leveling up. And every time I learned self-value, self-respect, releasing fears and insecurities that were no longer serving me, it essentially became this, yeah, it was just like a level up. And every time I leveled up, my connection with my spirit guides just got stronger and stronger.
Actually,
And
it's a very great feeling once you
right.
get connected to these kind of energies, these positive universal energies. It's actually a very, very great feeling, and we feel it itself, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's and it's such a funny thing because it's almost in some sort of auspicious way, what your next steps are. It's something that you
Yeah.
never really thought about before. And I think that's why I just love this journey so much, because it is never ending. And I realize that, but with every new experience I have, it's just, I feel more and more connected each time. So yeah, it wasn't the easiest transition. I think people see spirituality, the spiritual awakening, as being, the sky opens up and everything's great, but you definitely have moments where you question yourself and everything around you, but it's just part of the process, right?
Yeah, actually, it's all energies. Whatever we do, whatever good works, whatever negative works we do, it's all because of energies only. So, if you came into this energies, if you came into tarot reading or any other healing therapies, it's just because of positive energies which is letting us to heal the humanity.
Yeah, exactly. So and in terms of Reiki, why don't you kind of give us a little bit more of a rundown of just essentially what is it and how it works? Because I think a lot of again, we touched on previously just the perceptions that people have about Reiki and tarot, and kind of give us your view on it and how you perceive it and what you're trying to bring to the world.
See, basically, it's a Japanese healing therapy, which is invented by Makao Usui of Japan. He reinvented this healing therapy on 1904. So, in Reiki, exactly happens as it all works for the energies from universal life force energy. So, whatever problem we face and whatever things we face in our life, it's just because of positive energy and negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
Even it is a headache or even it's a cancer or even it's a minor problem or a major problem, it's just because of negative energy we face. So in Reiki there are some of the symbols by which we can directly connect to the universe, and we
Mm-hmm.
can heal those negative energies into positive. We can heal the chakras, our seven chakras of our body. We can heal our aura. We can make it positive and stronger and stronger.
Yeah. Why do you think it is that even though there seems to be so much question around Reiki, and actually pinpointing the benefits that it has, it's still growing incredibly fast, even though it's been around for thousands of years too. What is it about it now that all of a sudden people are so much more open to the idea of it and using that as an alternative way of
See,
medically
basically,
treating?
I think is of course healing is much more better than medical medicines, medical field, because of course if you have an option in option of healing and the medicines, so of course you'll choose a healing part because
Mm-hmm.
healing do not have any kind of side effects. You do not get any negative effects from healing. And if we talk about the medical, there are a lot of side effects of those chemicals, whatever are there in the medicines. So yes, healing is much more better than medicines and medical field. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
Reiki never gives you negative effects. It's all positive because the symbols in Reiki only attracts positive energies. So
Yes.
I think Reiki and other healing therapies are more effective than medical thing.
Hmm. We had previously touched on again the this idea of just willpower and the law of attraction and how these energies work for us. Essentially, being that we we have to allow ourselves to be open to heal. We have to want to heal. We have to have those positive mindsets in our head in our minds to know that we can heal, right? Because I think a lot
Yeah.
of people go into these situations
Mhm.
feeling a bit victimized. And when we feel victimized, we have a hard time of seeing things clearly for what they are. How do you see just the universal laws of attraction working in terms of Reiki?
See, law of attraction is a thing with, if I talk about my experience, I faced a lot of improvements in myself through law of attraction. From affirmations, from I can't to I can. There's a lot of difference in myself, and I actually practiced in myself, and there were a lot of differences which I saw. And through these affirmation, you can actually make things positively. And through law of attraction, you can wish any kind of things. Like if you affirm a sentence for yourself in a positive way, you will definitely achieve that. And
Mm-hmm.
even I would like to know your point of view about this law of attraction and affirmations.
Yeah, I think I'm a really strong believer in this. When again, when I went through this very troubling time in my life, I actually went to see a counselor, which was also something that was pretty taboo until recently. But I went to her, and the one thing that she said to me was, "Our minds are like a highway, and when we have negative thoughts." Or we build a highway in our mind with these negative thoughts, and the way that we can change that is by every time a negative thought or perspective comes into our mind, we take an alternate route, and essentially it helps us to rewire our brain. So it's taking that I can't do this, I'll never be able to do this, and changing it to the I can. And the idea is being that our thoughts become words, our words become actions, our actions become habits and reality,
Habits.
right? So it's, to me, it's just whatever. If you sit there and you tell yourself, I'll never be able to do that, there's no way, then well, why should these things come to you? Because you're not only trusting in yourself, but you're not trusting in the universe and what is trying to
Actually,
bring to you. Whereas if you have that faith and confidence in yourself and say, you know what, that didn't work out the way I thought it was going to, what can I do differently this time around? And I think
yeah,
that's part of it too, is that the law of attraction works very closely with compassion, and it's having compassion for even when things don't work out the way that we planned or they were hoping they would. It's not to knock us off and say, you know what, that didn't work, I give up, I'm not trying. It's to say, okay, that didn't work out as I planned, that's okay, I'm only human, how can
yeah,
I do this differently next time? And
yeah. Because
even just
for
putting
any
that
kind of
positivity.
action we are going to do, a thought is actually a compulsory thing for us before doing any action. And
Mhm.
if the thought is very much positive and positive for our result, so definitely that action will also come positively. We'll
Yeah,
definitely
absolutely,
get
I
a
agree.
positive thing, positive
Yeah.
result.
And I think people feel, I think it comes down to the fact that it's really so simple that
Yeah,
people seem to have this idea that it won't work, right? But if you wake up every day, if you have body images, and you wake up every day and you put on a dress and say, I look good today. Or if you have to start going in down that, oh, you know, this could fit better. It's no, you know what? I still look good. This could be better. I'm going to go for a run later, right? And
and
how all these,
one biggest thing I believe is that trust is the most important factor in this. Trust and believe in this is
yes.
actually a very big point, very big topic in this field. Because
Mhm.
until and unless we don't trust in these things, we cannot get the results and we cannot face those positive thoughts.
Definitely, right? And again, it's trusting, not only trusting other people around you that you rely on, but trusting and believing in yourself and trusting
Yeah,
in. I read a quote not too long ago that said, "Just because." or when things don't happen for us the way that we were expecting them to, that is the universe's way of protecting us and guiding us towards
Yeah,
what's better for us. Right? So
actually
it's
right.
trusting
True.
that even though it didn't unfold the way that you thought it would, it just means that there's something better for you, and believing that and trusting in that. And
True.
once you do that, then we're open to receive those blessings, right? Because when we become
Exactly.
blocked out, it can't tap into us.
True. Because at all the times the energies are with us. All the energies are helping us with all their efforts, and we have to put our efforts too. Because if energies are helping us, so we should also gratitude them. We should help them too.
Definitely. And I think it's just such a, why not take a moment each day to just
Yeah,
be grateful for everything. Sometimes I
exactly.
go for a walk and I just list off 10 things that it's, my mom or my family, the fact
Exactly.
that I'm connected with spirit, the fact that I have beautiful landscapes to look at and go spend time outside, right? And it's just it's I think it comes down to this grounding principle too, where it brings us back into the present moment, so we're not stressing about what's going to happen in the future, and we're not dwelling on what's happened in the past. Just being present and grateful in that moment really allows us to
Exactly
see
true.
things from a different perspective, right? And I think that's what this awakening that a lot of people are having is all about, is just seeing a shift in perspective and a way of perceiving the world, really.
Yes, even in Reiki also there are some principles in Reiki. There are very few principles, but I really like them. Few are like for just today, I will be grateful for each and everything I have in my life.
Mm-hmm.
For just today, I'll respect everyone of my family. Like
Yes.
this, like these affirmations we do every day, and we just give a thanks to we just give thanks to energies and just tell everyone that yes, we are following these kind of energies. And
Mm-hmm.
actually it gives a very positive mindset to me. If I talk about me, so whenever I do these kind of affirmation, it makes me so positive and so
Yes.
energetic after doing these kind of affirmations.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on because there's so much, and I agree 100% with what you just said. What do you think about being grateful for all the blessings still to come to us? Do you believe that that's the law of attraction working for us again too, where we're grateful for everything we have in the present moment? And do you think that being grateful for those things to come in still for us, do you think that allows us to be open to receive those gifts?
Yeah, actually, if we are grateful for those energies, for those positive results which we are getting, we actually should be grateful for each and everything what we have and what we are getting from the energies. And not always law of attraction gives us everything. Some things we get from the energies we build it from starting,
Mm-hmm.
and some energies are automatically set by other people for us. So not gratitude only to law of attraction, but for everything, each and every person in our connection,
Yeah.
the well wishers, and any much more people of our field.
Yeah. I just love this whole, it's because to me it was, even though I always understood there was something very spiritual, and I believed in this spiritual energies that were around us. But I found that it wasn't really until I started focusing on my tarot practice that I even really understood just how powerful it all could be, and how, again, how simple it is, but really it's just a matter of constructing daily habits and routines and ways of perceiving the world, that you're actually really able to tap into these things and allow them
Yeah,
to just flow, become natural thoughts instead of more
exactly.
forced thoughts. Because I think at the beginning they are a little bit forced, because we're trying to, again, rewire our brain and drill these positive affirmations into our head
Yeah,
and kick
exactly.
out the
Yeah,
fear.
because everything is based on our intuitions, whatever we get, and the energies we pass on the cards, those 78 cards of our deck. So
Hmm.
it's totally depends on the energies we have. We should be positive at that time. We should be concentrated. We should be focused while the readings. And yeah, of course, these things really help us in our personal life too, but sometimes it gives a lot of force in our mind.
Yeah, I agree. And just even tapping back into the topic of tarot here. I feel I don't know exactly what the perspective of it is in India, but I find that in North America there seems to be a lot of this, again, taboo mindset towards things where people perceive it as, oh, you're just trying to tell me my future, right? And I always say I don't see tarot as a fortune telling tool. The way that I
Yeah,
perceive it is that it is a tool that allows us to tap into our intuition, because I believe that we all, or we do, it's something that's inherent within all of us, is these psychic and intuitive abilities, and it's just how open we are to receiving them. And tarot has been such a great tool for me to not only understand the different symbolisms and imagery and meanings that each of the cards hold, but when you break it down, right, this it focuses on all the four elements that surround our zodiacs: the
surrounds our
element of earth, air, fire, and
water,
earth,
water
air,
and
fire, and
everything.
water.
Water.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And just how these different characteristics and things come into play with us, and then these critical spiritual karmic lessons that we learn from the major arcana, and
Minor
the
arcana.
daily trials and tribulations that we experience with the minor arcana. And they essentially allow us to show us a story, and they show us the outcome of a potential for our energies, right? And there is always, I think,
Actually,
again, that thing
true.
is that, oh, that's what the cards say, that's what my future's going to be. But it is, we always have free will, right? We always have the free will to say, okay, these are the important lessons that I need to learn. Here's the tools that I can utilize in order to learn these
Utilize
lessons and
exactly.
overcome these obstacles. And if I do that, this is my outcome. But it does have free will, right? So even if your outcome's not what you want, you do have the ability to change those things by altering your current paths, right?
Yeah, actually,
So
even in India, if we talk about tarot reading, many people have a lot of rumors about tarot reading, that it's something black magic, or people
yeah,
say that it do not comes with accurate answers, and some people are like, please tell our future through tarot reading, and I just get shocked. Even I will share some of the questions which I get for the reading, that my wife is pregnant, please tell me she'll have a baby boy or baby girl.
yeah,
Many more questions like that. So
yeah.
it I just wanted to know, I just wanted people to know exactly what tarot is. So
Mhm.
basically, they should know, actually, the tarot totally works on the energies of our
Yes.
surroundings, of that person, of our energies. Totally, it works on the energies, because each and every person is unique in himself. So, but the nature, the environment of his aura, and the emotions of the all human being in the universe are same. So in the tarot card just says your energies. It reads your current energies, your future energies, and just give you guidance for your future,
Hmm.
by which you can formulate your steps. Further steps you can make it better
Yes.
and get good results in the future. Basically, it gives a great future. It's not a future telling, people say. It really
Hmm.
gives you a better guidance for your future.
Yeah, it's this idea that and I refer to tarot as a tool for that, the reason being that it essentially does work as a tool to allow us to tap into and understand the lessons, and the lessons being brought to us, because it is, even even on a conscious level, we sometimes don't see things for what they really are. And tarot not only helps to shift that perspective to make things a little bit more clear and under a little bit better understanding for what's going on, but it helps to tap into that subconscious level as well, where certain fears or certain insecurities that might be hindering us from progressing the way that we should be can come to the surface. And essentially it works as a tool to guide us towards achieving our highest good. So,
Absolutely.
and I think that's sometimes where the confusion comes from, because people want to hear, well, this is what I want in my life, and these are my expectations. And tarot doesn't work on expectations, right? Tarot works on what you are doing in your life. So you have the ability to
Yeah,
manifest anything and everything you want,
true.
but are you
Because it
taking the
just
steps to do it?
you pull out the cards on the current energy and the future energies which you are gonna get, and plus in tarot it's a very big benefit to us and the questioner also, that it gives a deep knowledge about your question, your doubts. It gives a guidance in a very detailed manner. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
very positive thing by which you can get any kind of answers of your question. The whole doubts will get cleared. And in these 78 cards, actually, each and every cards have their own meaning. They have a lot
Yes.
of other meanings too. Different question have the different meaning. So each card shows a different energies within the universe. So
Mm-hmm.
actually, the time I joined these tarot readings, so I felt a very great vibration in myself, and from then till date, I've read more than 95 readings till date, and
Mm-hmm.
touchwood, I really got 100% accurate readings.
Mm-hmm.
Means whatever people heard about the guidance, whatever I told through tarot cards that you should do this and you are gonna face these kind of problems, you should do these kind of precautions for that. So they really did those precautions, and they really told that yeah, that readings were totally accurate.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to mention just one more time, just because I had brought it up when you first logged in, but we will be doing a couple one card readings pulls for people in the audience. So just to keep that in mind for you guys too. That's my mom saying hello. Hi, mom. um,
Hello.
yeah. So, but sorry again, and tapping back into that too. I love the point that you make about just how positive it is, because I think people do have this misconstrued conception about it, and I love when people who aren't familiar to it come in for a reading with me, because they don't really know what to expect. And
Exactly.
you had mentioned it being this black magic sort of thing, and if anything it's the complete opposite, right? And it all
True.
depends on, hi Kelsey, uh, so I just, my best friend and my mom are just logging in. Yeah, and it's this, it's this way of not only showing us what tools can be used to achieving the highest good, but just shifting that perspective with people too, and allowing them to be open to receive these things, because when they go in with this idea that it is kind of black magic and focused around negative intentions, people block themselves out from receiving the information that's trying to come into them as well. But if
Exactly.
you trust it and you allow yourself to be open to receive the messages, it's actually it can be incredibly beneficial, right? And that's why it's been around for so long, and why it's so familiar
Yeah,
to so many
actually,
people to
to
understand
get
it.
those accurate guidance from the readings, accurate answers from the energies, you should actually believe those energies. Until and unless you do not believe in those energies, you cannot actually get those vibrations. Because for each and everything, we need dedication and focus. Until and unless we do not have that kind of dedication and focus, will not get exact answer and exact guidance through tarot reading.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think I love that there's just seems to be, and I think maybe even now with Instagram and everything else, it's becoming so much more accessible to people,
Yeah,
that people are able to now understand it. And that's the whole reason that we're here right now, right? Is because we want
yeah,
to
that's
tell
the
people
reason.
about these
I
energies.
really, thanks to these kind of social media platforms, I actually contacted you too, because right now my main motive is to make people aware about exact meaning of Reiki, exact meaning of tarot reading,
Hmm.
because there are many healers, many people in India, not only in India, in different parts of the world. They are just manipulating people about these healing therapies, and
Right.
people are not able to get exact and real knowledge about these energies. So actually, I thought to make people aware about it, and so I contacted you.
Yeah, and I'm so I'm grateful for being able to connect with you with that reason alone, right? It's been so easy. One of I wanted to touch base too, just kind of on this you had mentioned before too about Reiki being something for this idea is that it's for the higher class families. And I think a lot of people in North America in particular don't really go towards it as an option because it's not covered through their medical expenses through work or whatever else it might be. What is your view on people's perception of that, and how are you are you trying to contribute and change that mindset in a way? What's your take on it?
See, actually, not only in North America or America, also in India, many people think that only high class people can afford this, rich families can afford these healing therapies. No, actually, it's not like that because as a genuine healer, I know there is a requirement of energy exchange in these healing therapies, but there are many healers which are just trying to make money through these healing therapies and just earning money through it and making it a business, and that's actually a very sad. And so
Mm-hmm.
actually I'm trying to reach remote areas where actually TV is also not possible, television is also not possible to give them knowledge. I'm doing campaigns for them. I'm making them know that what exactly Reiki is,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm giving Reiki to them. I'm just awareing people about this healing therapy and doing it at a very nominal price, nominal cost, whatever they can afford. Even if they will give me, they will just light a diya also. They will give me an energy exchange. So I'm not
Mm-hmm.
bounded of any kind of money thing or something that I need this much of amount for this healing therapy or the
Right.
readings. So I just prefer. I just this was also a motive that people should know that a healer will not charge you exactly that you should pay me 10K bucks or
Yeah.
something. So it's not bounded that you should give that much of amount. It is totally on your side how much you can afford,
Mm-hmm.
how much you are comfortable to give that give to the healer as an energy exchange. I believe that,
Right.
and even I want your point of view that what do you think on this topic?
I love that idea that where you're going into these more rural areas and trying to make it more accessible to people, because I think it's so important too that to change this mindset that it's only available to certain people, because it is something that should be accessible to all of us, right? We all tap into this universal energy, so we should all have ability to benefit from it, right? And one thing that's like yourself going in and saying that it's not about I provided this service so you owe me X number of dollars. I Something that I've been doing right now, especially with everything that's going on in the world, we're all being affected in one way or another. I'm trying to make my readings accessible to people by a donation basis. So whatever, if however much you have or however little you have, it should not matter. It's all about what can you contribute for the services that you've been given. What do you feel comfortable giving? And if you're in a position where money is difficult for you and you're not in a position to give, then I'm just asking people to do a kind favor, a kind gesture to somebody else to keep this pay it forward energy going, right? Because that feeds into our karma, and that again goes towards the law of attraction. So if I can give somebody some sort of positivity to see through a hard time, great. Let's keep that momentum going by you now going and offering some sort of act of kindness to somebody else to make their day. Because I think the way
That's
that we
true.
all work, and by doing these little initiatives, they're not little initiatives, I shouldn't say little, by making these efforts, we together help raise the vibration of the universe, right? Of the vibration of the world, and it has such a larger effect than we think it does. Tend to think one person can't change everything, but one
Yeah,
person can
actually.
cause a ripple effect, right? And that's kind
Yeah,
of the
actually, because
idea.
of that only, I'm actually preparing a whole team of genuine healers and genuine readers. Those who don't have in mind of money, they are not doing these healing therapies for money or something. I'm just connecting those healers. I'm just making a team of those healers, by which a lot of more people can get these benefits of these healing therapies.
Hmm.
So actually, I would really like to connect, because it's really a great idea doing tarot reading by donations and everything. I
Hmm.
really came to know about this also, as you told me before too. It's really a great concept. Really appreciate it.
With your with everything that you're doing too, right? I think it's you clearly have very good intentions, and I think that's kind of the reason why, I believe that everything happens for a reason, right? And for some reason
Actually,
we were brought together when we were, and that alone is the law of attraction and the cause of effect of everything, right? And
yeah, actually,
I think
matlab,
it's so beautiful to bring that awareness to people.
it's all the energies that two people from two opposite parts of of the world are getting connected on Instagram, and we are really getting a good bond. We can really go forward. We can make people more aware. We can do something great for the humanity. I look forward for that.
Yeah, definitely. And you have a book coming out as well.
Okay.
To kind of tap into this a little bit, just sharing the information. Can you tell us a bit more about the book?
Yeah, actually, I wrote a book on Reiki, a brief knowledge about Reiki, minor and major details of the Reiki, that how Reiki works, what are the benefits of Reiki and how it works. So each and every knowledge about Reiki. Actually, I was about to launch it this month, but because of lockdown, I was unable to launch it. But soon after the lockdown ends, I will launch it, and of
Yeah.
course you can get in Amazon or Flipkart. You can get that.
Yeah, and so I'm excited to see it. And you have oh, I hope you're not disconnecting there. Give it a second.
So maybe next.
Your connection okay? Oh, we may have lost him for a second. Let's try that.
Maybe there.
Sorry guys, bear with us. Would you like me to re-add you?
From my side, I think
Oh, sorry.
network issue is not there. I think.
Interesting. I can hear you now, but your your image is kind of still pending, circling on my end
I'll
there. Not sure.
cross it and we'll reconnect again. That will be much better, I think.
Okay, we're gonna yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
close it and
you do
come
not
back on.
end. I'll just close and come back.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Give us 1 second here. Let's see. We will be doing tarot reading. So at the end, I can while I'm here, I can at least chat and respond to some messages that are coming in. So yes, at the end, we will be doing a couple one card readings for people. So yes, just stay tuned for that, and we'll get your questions and pull some cards for you guys. There we go.
Yeah, I
Can see you
think
again.
it's clear now.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. Sometimes it
Yep.
happens. Just before you go disconnected, I wanted to, I was going to mention that you not only have the book coming out, but you've also been very busy putting together another project that's only second to the world right now, the second Reiki healing hospital in the world. Can you tell us a little bit more about all that?
Yeah, actually, I'm planning it from past 7 8 months. So most probably by end of 2021, I'll be opening world's second Reiki hospital in India.
Hmm.
The first one is in China. Maybe you know about it. So I really for that only I'm preparing a team of good healers and genuine healers who are not doing this for money. So basically,
Okay.
that Reiki hospital will be at a very nominal cost, that can be affordable by each and every class of people in India, not only in India. many people who will come and join those hospitals, even they will get benefits from it. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
really looking forward for that.
So do you, what how do you think this is it's going to be received? Do you think you'll get a lot of both sides of the upper and lower classes because you're trying to make it accessible to them? Do you think that this is going to be something that will just kind of work as a common ground for everyone?
Yeah, it will be common for each and everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's seriously impressive for somebody again
thank you so
who's.
much.
I mean, I don't know if you're okay with me sharing your age with everybody else, but I find it to be really impressive. Am I okay to let people know how old you are and just with how impressive you've been? You know what? I'll let you say it if you want. And either way, guys, Ayush is seriously just so inspiring. You've done so much in such a short period of time, and at such a it is you are doing it at such an incredibly young age. So it's inspiring to not only me, but I'm sure to everyone everywhere because it's not only are you giving this option to communities, but you're also you're letting people know that there's no age restrictions to things, right? There's no it's whatever you want to put your mind to, you can allow those things to unfold for you too. And I think that's something else that's so
Actually, it's
important.
all the energies which is letting this happen. It's all energies guiding me to this, to do these things. And as I shared my very first case of my mom, from then I'm just planning to do something for humanity, for this energies. I really want to do something for this, and touchwood energies is supporting, and that's really I'm blessed to get the blessings of those energies.
Definitely. I think it's very exciting for everything that you have coming up for you and everything that you've already done. It's again, it's so impressive and it just we need I believe that we need more people like you and more initiatives like that in the world to just really help us grow and heal and in a way that's maybe a little bit different than what we're used to and what we expect, but ultimately I think is a good route to take. So yeah,
Exactly.
grateful for to have connected with you and to hear and learn about all the initiatives that you've had. So
Thank you so much. Actually, it's really a great thing that we are connecting and letting people know about the genuine things of Reiki and tarot readings.
hmm I agree. I absolutely agree. Do you think with that we should pull a couple cards for some people here? Or do you have
Uh,
anything else you'd like
yeah.
to discuss before we jump into it?
No, actually, many people are just want tarot reading. They are waiting from a past 30, 40 minutes, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, people can ask the questions they have through tarot.
I know there was. I saw when you logged off, there was one there that came in. I'm not sure if they came back with their question yet. Is there some sort of connection here? Now's the time. You guys want your cards?
Whoever have any kind of questions, they can just comment the question and the full name, so that we can come to know the question. We'll give the answers.
Perfect. Okay, there's one that came in. I want to know. Do you want to take that the first one there? What detail do I
You take it.
need?
I will take the next.
Okay. Yeah, for that question, what you want to know for the coming year is do you want more of a general reading or are you looking at career, finances, romance? What would you like to gear the question towards? For who is that? CMA 011. Let's see if he has the
So,
question that's come through.
RJ Mayuri, you can send me the question you want to ask. I will do the reading.
Oh, maybe we just go. There's a couple other ones there. Okay, career and married. Okay,
Okay.
let's get. I'll get started on this guy. Okay. So, can you provide me your name as well? CMA011. Got a couple things coming up, so give me your name.
I will be taking a question of Kunal.kc.
Sorry?
I would be taking a question of Kunal.kc. Kunal.kc.
Okay.
When I would be able to live happily in Mumbai. Okay.
Okay, and I got Seema's question here. Looking at career and marriage. So it is just going to be a one card pull, but we'll see what comes up for you here, Seema.
Okay. So I'll request Kunal bhai to say your full name. So I'll do the readings.
Okay. And then are you wanting to do this? Are we doing this live, Ayush? What do you think, or do we send direct messages?
We can do two, three questions, and actually will not get a lot of time to do all the questions. So of course they can DM me or you for the answers. So
Okay,
we'll
yeah,
definitely
let's.
revert them. We
Sounds
can
good.
do two,
Whoever we
three.
don't get to,
We
we'll be
can
able to pull in.
we can do two, three readings right now, and
Okay,
then
I
rest of them they can actually contact me or her for their readings.
sounds
That
good.
will be much better.
Okay,
Hi,
looking
Sharad
at
ji.
you right now, Seema, in terms of your career and marriage for the coming year, you do have the moon card, which tells me that there are some hidden. The moon card is all about revealing things that aren't blatantly obvious to us at the time. Okay, with the moon, it does reflect. I am getting the feeling that there's some sort of past experience or something that you're holding on to that's actually hindering you from moving forward right now. So, in terms of career, it could be that, again, just not seeing yourself as I'm just feeling a lack of motivation. Okay, so there is a need for you to really focus your attention towards making sure that you are not only very clear in your intentions and what your goals are, but you're also setting small goals and steps along the way in order to keep yourself motivated to achieving them. In terms of marriage, there could be something there that you're holding on to from a past relationship. These things need to be healed and resolved in order for you to move on, because right now you have a bit of a guard up, and these things are slowly coming to light over the next couple months. So just keep working on it. Okay, it will be. It's not an easy transition, but they are things that are coming about for your highest good. Okay.
So I'll do one for Kunal Shabra. He asked when he will start living happily in Mumbai.
Okay.
So he basically lives in Indore right now. So he wants to know when he will get shifted to Mumbai and have a happy life over there.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So there are two cards I can see. The High Prestige. So I can see Kunal bhai that if you'll really shift Mumbai very soon, means as you can reply that I have already shifted to Mumbai in terms of career. So I'll suggest the time you'll be settled very nicely. You'll start feeling those good vibes in Mumbai. You'll start getting work and your career will be in growth. After I can see next year I can see, because according to the card this year there will be many ups and downs I can see, but I'll suggest you to start with the meditation for those negative blockages which I can see in this year for your work and the shifting power of in Mumbai. So I'll suggest you to go to go with the meditation, you do the meditation, and really next year is going to be super for your career. Yeah.
Sounds good. I'm gonna look at sorry, I hope I'm saying this right. Fatima, I'm looking at you for in terms of May and what you have in store for you. Okay, we have good things coming for you. You have the Page of Wands here. Okay, this is all about new opportunities being presented to you. Okay, and it being the element of fire here. This is something that it evokes some sort of it essentially is something that lights your soul and your heart on fire, right? It is this passionate energy that is coming to you. So something will be presented to you, and it's just going to be a matter of it's not going to unfold in the month of May. I do feel that it's going to be something that will take some time to come to fruition, but it is definitely going to be some sort of new opportunity or some sort of new spark, like an epiphany that you have. Okay, that is going to be really it will set your heart on fire. It will make you feel kind of reignited and reinitiate this motivation and passion that you have towards yourself. Okay, so this will come to you in May, but in terms of it rolling out, I do see that it will go beyond May. So don't get discouraged by how long things take in the process of it, because it is all unfolding as it needs to. It is a younger fire energy too, so just be cautious about being impulsive with your decisions, okay?
So I think we'll be taking a last question right now.
Okay.
That is of Pratna Vora. She wants to know about her career. So we'll check. Okay. So I can see this card, Five of Swords. So Pratna, it's like the card is not negative, but I can see there's a bit struggle for your career. So for next, I can see for next 5 to 6 months you have to struggle for your career, but after those 5 6 months you really have a good career growth, sudden growth. I can see a growth in money too, financially also. Initially you'll face some issues with finance also, but after this 5 to 6 months, you'll really have a sudden growth in your career, and it will be going good. Yeah.
Awesome. That was great.
I
Yeah, and as we
think
mentioned, anybody
I
else
think there
who
would be. I think there are a lot of questions. So I
yeah.
think they can actually DM me or you. They will
Mhm.
definitely get the answers, I think. And yeah,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just shoot us a message, guys. Thank you for everybody who participated and joined, and especially thank you, Ayush. It was so nice to we've kind of been discussing this for the last couple of days, so it's nice to actually get
actually,
on
yeah.
here and have a conversation with you.
Thanks a lot. It was really a nice live session. I think it's one of the very good live session I had, and informative sessions. And it's really a need. It's really a need for people to know exact knowledge about Reiki and deep knowledge about tarot reading, because there are
Hmm.
a lot of misconceptions about these energies, and the people should actually know about these things.
Yeah, and I'd be curious to see what people think as well. If there's other questions that come up, then perhaps a second live stream for us to tap into there, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
excited
Actually, very
for the
soon. We'll plan
yeah,
very soon.
yeah, that sounds
There's a
great. Really.
there's one of very good person. His name is Rishi Rajanan. So thanks a lot, Rishi, for the appreciation. Thanks, Vaibhav. Actually, I think Vaibhav Gupta is one of our mutual, and I think because of him only we are connected. I saw you on his profile, and I
Yes.
contacted you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would thank you for that because I was meaning to give him recognition as well. Yes, thank you, Vibhan. Yeah, yeah. Funny how it all. I think I had chatted with him, and then shortly after you and I connected. So
Yeah,
it's a
actually,
small
even
world.
we had a small session. Me and Vaibhav also had a small session. I did his tarot too. It's really a great person. He's really a very good person. I think so.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He's become a great friend
yeah.
to me as well, and I'm just grateful for he put out some nice words about me, and that was allowed me to connect with more great-minded people. So yeah, I'm smitten by it. Okay, guys. Well,
Okay.
Ayush, it was an absolute pleasure chatting with you. Let's definitely do
Same
it
here,
again
same here.
soon. And everybody
We'll, so,
else, yes,
we'll
if you,
plan next week if possible for us. We'll definitely plan a next live session very soon.
sounds good. Okay, and thanks everybody. If you do have any more questions, feel
Thanks for
free to
joining,
shoot either
and
one of us a
yep.
message.
Okay.
All
See you.
right,
Bye.
bye.